The opinions expressed here are those of the students and do not necessarily reflect the positions of Tyler Junior College.
Talent Showcase, RecFest, and 5 resources to help students survive the semester.
The DrumBeat starts right now.
Broadcasting live from Studio 1108 in Jenkins Hall on the campus of Tyler Junior College. This is the DrumBeat, bringing you the latest from students like us.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Bailey Davis.
And I'm Imogen Brown.
Many students find going through college to be a scary experience because they don't know where to find campus resources or how to ask for help. There are many resources available in the Vaughn Library that offer students assistance with issues like tutoring for classes and navigating transfer to a 4-year school. For a full list of campus resources and locations, visit our story, How to Survive College, at thedrumbeat.com.
As part of Life's Weeks of Welcome, the Apache Recreation Center kickstarted our year with RecFest. The event included a sample of services and activities offered by the Apache Rec Center. The Rec Center is open to students and staff from 7 a.m. through 7 a.m. and so Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Fridays. They offer a variety of activities, including disc golf, a basketball court, and a weights room.
It's available for students as well as TJC faculty and staff. You just need a TJC ID to get yourself in, and then you're good to go.
For more information about Apache Rec Center, visit tjc.edu.
Apache football hit the field against Georgia Military College for the season home opener September 7th. They headed into the second half, leading with a score of 10-7 against the Bulldogs, but would go on to lose their lead as play went on. The game ended in a 35-10 loss for the Apaches, their second of the season, and drops the team record to 0-2 for the season so far.
Of mental focus, especially in tough times, and until we can overcome that, we know that we're a very talented ball group. We just got to come together and understand that, we're never out of games. We're never put away. We got to keep fighting to the end, till the clock hits 0.
The team will face off against Trinity Valley Community College this Saturday, September 14th at the Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. Go to apacheathletics.com for upcoming games.
TJC Theater Club, Las Mascaras, hosted a venue on September 7th in the Gene Brown Theater. Interests. Performances included breakdancing, singing, art demonstrations, improv, instrumental performances, and many other talents.
Welcoming, and we highly encourage new members. Inclusion is huge for us. We feel that no matter who you are, that you can love art and theater, and you should always have a place to be with friends and enjoy that.
The next venue will be hosted on October 26th. For more information and updates, go to the TJC OrgSync website.
The break, a conversation with TJC Athletic Director Doug Wren.
The advice I have is don't.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
I'm high.
Oh.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school.
Jessica has been through a lot in her life from early childhood.
My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She came in looking to complete her diploma. She had a family she had to take care of. Anytime she needed help, we provided her help. She realized that we were here for her.
She wants to have a career so her kids could look up to her.
My graduation, it was something I will never forget. I couldn't explain the emotion I was feeling because people like you and me sometimes may have doubts in ourselves, but I feel that everything's possible.
Jessica's future is brighter than ever.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back to the DrumBeat. Doug Wren is TJC's new athletic director. Before this, he spent the last 15 years as head coach of the Apaches baseball team. So, Doug Wren, tell us, how was the transition from being head coach to being the new athletic director?
Yeah, it's obviously, it's been a wild transition. I think anytime you do something for 18 years, being the head coach here for 15, has been a wild summer. Obviously, a little bit different routine from day to day, but extremely excited about this opportunity and excited about the opportunity to serve our community, our staff here on campus, and our student athletes in a little different way. And so the transition's been really great. Administration's been great to work with, been very receptive, and so I'm excited for the new challenge and looking forward to many more years on this campus.
Absolutely, and we're excited to have you. So tell us, when it comes to athletics here at TJC, what are you looking forward to, especially when we talk about brand new coming in as the head coach?
Yeah, I think anytime you think about the start of the school year and a new semester, there's obviously a newness to the school year. And so we've got 4 sports that are kicked off right now. Obviously football will be back at home this weekend for a game which will be televised on ESPN Plus, which is kind of a neat thing. Both men and women's soccer off to great starts, and volleyball has struggled a little bit here early, but they've played in some really close matches. I know Brandy loves her team, and so we're excited for those 4 sports to continue to get going as we get deeper into September, and obviously October comes around, and then we get to add some sports at the end of October with men and women's basketball. So I think those are some of the exciting things of kind of the new freshness of a semester and starting off all these new sports. And I think for me specifically, going from being focused on one sport to now having 12 that I get to manage is an exciting part of the job and something I'm looking forward to.
That's amazing. So talk us through your career and your experience. How did you know that TJC was the place that you wanted to stay?
Yeah, so I think my experience is kind of unique in the aspect of I actually was a player here. I came here as a student athlete back in 2001. I played 2 years of baseball here, went on, finished my 4-year degree, got into college coaching, came back on staff in 2007 as an assistant coach. Took over the program as a head coach in 2009, and then now here, all these years, 15 years later, being able to serve as an athletic director. So my journey here on Tyler Junior College, this is actually my 20th year on campus, and having been here in a lot of different ways, whether it's a student athlete, an assistant coach, a head coach, and now athletic director, very unique. But I think it's one of the neat things about Tyler Junior College and what really separates it and sets it apart from other community colleges. And so this is a place that I really felt at home. I remember as an 18-year-old student athlete making other visits to other schools. This was actually my last visit throughout that summer, and I immediately felt at home here. And you know, here we are all these years later, still making this my home, and now raising my kids here, and we love this campus and we love this community.
That's such a wonderful story, definitely. What are some changes, if anything, that you're wanting to implement, not just to better athletics as a whole, but to better the students and their experience here?
Yeah, obviously, you know, having been on staff here for 17 years, you know, understanding what the athletic department means to this institution and this community, certainly want to respect everything that we've done. Obviously, we are the second winningest athletic program of all time in the NJSAA history. So obviously we have a really rich history and tradition in this community and on this campus, and so definitely want to respect that. But obviously taking this year as kind of an evaluation year, let's kind of see what do our processes look like, what are some things that we can do, what can we do better, what do we want to continue to do. So that's what this year is kind of about, as kind of an evaluation period. One of the things that we do want to do is we want to create game day experiences for our student athletes. We want them to really feel like they can come to a game and really feel engaged, whether that's before the game, after the game, halftime, whatever that looks like. And so, and then just giving our student athletes access to our players and allowing them to get to know them. Because as they get to know them, they're more likely to want to come and support. And so I think there's a lot of different initiatives that we'd like to either ramp up or add in, or, you know, if there's some things that we can do a better job of, really kind of looking over those over the next couple of years and just kind of seeing, okay, how can we continue to take this athletic department to the next level and really give not only our student athletes but our students on campus a great experience here.
Absolutely. I'm sure a lot of students are looking forward to that. So what do you think makes TJC students, especially our athletic students, so successful?
Yeah, we really have a really neat culture within our athletic department. We've got some really great coaches that are really good at what they do. They've been doing it for a long time. We've got a great administration that supports what we do. And just the overall feel of this campus and this community, that this deep, rich tradition that we have. I know that our school turns 100 here in a couple of years, and our athletic department turns 100 not too long after that. So definitely a rich history, and so that we can build off of. And we've had so much success, especially over the course of our history, with 69 national championships. And you know, I think we've had 19 since 2014. So definitely, I think there's a lot of factors that go into that. But the rich history that we've built off of, just a great administration that supports us, student athletes, faculty, this community, and you know, just our coaches who recruit really good student athletes, coach them up, love on them. And we've had a lot of success. And so we're very fortunate for that. And so hopefully that's something that we can continue to have success in the future.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you want to tell us about or add on to?
Yeah, no, I think just we would love to see your support out at games. We would love to make this something that we can add to the experience of a student athlete, of a faculty member, to the community here in Tyler. And so we'd love to see your support and coming out to games. And you know, again, we're going to try to make those game day experiences hopefully more entertaining from the standpoint of maybe before, during, and after a game. But we would love to continue to get your support on this campus and make this, again, just something else that separates us from other community colleges or colleges in general. So.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner. Go.
It was fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
Welcome back to the DrumBeat. We're back with Ethan Beam, Director of Theater Facilities. He also has a role in the upcoming fall production of Frankenstein. So, Ethan, thank you for coming. What do we, as the audience, have to look forward to in this upcoming production?
Right, so when you hear Frankenstein, obviously, you probably think of like a green dude with some bolts in his neck, right? But that's totally not what this is. Basically, the playwright of Frankenstein, Nick Deere, took the book written by Mary Shelley and basically wanted to look at the story through the lens of what we sometimes call the monster, Frankenstein's monster, and but we're calling the creature, right? And basically explain his story throughout his life and Victor Frankenstein's life. And so what you have to look forward to is a really unique look at the classic, I guess, kind of like drama, but also now with a different spin on it. And additionally, the director, Jacob Davis, wanted to comment not so much about the past, but more about the future, right? So there's a lot of elements of the play being set in the future, so it's a look at also in a different way through that lens.
Very interesting. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So tell us more about your role specifically in Frankenstein.
Right, so that creature I was just talking about, I am that creature, right? Basically, my role in that will be, basically we're going to watch the creature from birth to, I'm not going to spoil anything, okay? But you'll basically watch the creature from birth go throughout his life and kind of deal with what it means to be human, especially if you're created by someone. And it's a heartbreaking tale about parenting in a way, and especially when your parent is absent, right? And in that his creator is his parent. And so basically there's a lot of physicality with that as well, being born but being a fully formed human. You know, you have to learn how to walk. Even though you might have all the abilities of a fully grown adult, you don't necessarily have the capabilities of a fully grown adult when you just pop out of a tank or whatever it is. And so, yeah, so we're exploring that a lot, and that'll be, I think, really interesting for people when they come see the show.
Definitely. So getting any production, big or small, is a lot of effort. How much hard work is the cast currently putting into the production?
Right, and well, I think the main thing to know is that it takes a long time, especially like in the real theater world, right? What we get to do here at TJC is we get to construct kind of a really intense learning process for them. So we go over 6 weeks to put over a production, which might sound like a long time, it might sound like a short time, but when you really get into it, there's a lot that happens over that time. And from the moment they get cast, and a lot of times even before, if you've read the script, you're preparing mentally, you're preparing physically as well. I don't mean to humble brag, but like I lost like 55 pounds to be in this play, right? So there's a lot of work that you put in to all sorts of things, from learning your lines to physicality to really anything that revolves around it, because we're spending nights doing this while the students are in school during the day. They have to go to their classes, and then at night they have to come to rehearsal for however long that may be.
Wow, and that's, I'm sure, a lot of time.
Yes, it is.
So what other productions are you looking forward to? I know you're wearing your shirt.
Right. What I'm looking forward most to this year is Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, which, camera, I actually wrote and will direct that one as well. And that's the next one coming up after Frankenstein. And I would say that one is the one that's most exciting to me, especially because it was, when I wrote it, it was something I was super interested in. I was obsessing over it a lot. And I was like, man, it would be really cool if we got to do this at TJC. And then I somehow lucked into them agreeing to it. So.
Wow, it all started with a dream.
Yeah.
So when we talk about you directing, what is the most exciting part of you being a director, but also having a role in Frankenstein?
Right. So I'd say the most exciting part is that you get to, because I, like Doug, was also a student here, and I think that also is just a testament to how great this place is, that we would always want to come back. But I think the coolest thing is that I get to help give the students here what the professors gave to me when I was here. And I think, it's kind of a magical time for all of the people who get to go to school here, and especially with this semester, the weather's been really nice, and it's just, I think y'all will remember it being a great time. But basically getting to work with someone who allows you the artistic freedom that you probably didn't get in high school, right? Like, I don't know if you're familiar with, but in the UIL in Texas, there's a 40-minute one-act play competition, and most of the time the directors are like, you have to do this at this time. It has to be done by now, right? But here, we were working on it last night, it's just like the director gets to say, okay, why don't you just breathe for a minute, like on stage? Why don't you get to think about your character more, and like, I want you to do more work. And I think that's really cool for directors to do, and I'm excited to get to give that to them as well.
That's wonderful. So is there anything else that you'd like to add or let us know about?
I would say, in terms of Frankenstein, I think it's important to know that, especially since this is a much more mature production, that especially when it comes closer time to buying tickets, you should probably look out for any trigger warnings we're going to put out. I think for the most part, people will be able to watch the play right, but if you're one of those people who has, struggles with those kinds of things, especially if you read through them and you're like, oh, maybe it's not the one for you.
Right.
But I also think that shouldn't stop you from, if you are capable of challenging yourself, to going and see the play, because it's a really hard topic, and there are a lot of hard topics discussed in the play, but I think people who see it will understand why we picked the play to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up after the break, we ask returning students and staff what advice they have for new students in this week's DrumBeat on the Street.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink, or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking, now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed, better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead, catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually, once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers, he connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to the DrumBeat. We have one last story for you.
DrumBeat. On the street, we asked returning students and staff what the advice they'll have for first years.
The advice I have is don't confuse movement with progress. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. Even when your mom or your dad is not here to tell you to do your homework. Don't confuse movement with progress. Do it when no one's watching. Do it when someone's watching. At the end of the day, what you're doing behind closed doors will always be exposed.
So just stay focused, make sure you have a balance of school, work, homework, and fun, and just make sure you engage with the people around you.
At least put like 2 hours in every day of work, whether that's like in the morning and night, you can like split it up. But like it's good to get like a consistent schedule or you'll get like overrun.
To start off strong academically wise and try to find your groove around campus. It's mainly important to start off really strong academically.
That does it for us here at the DrumBeat.
Thank you for joining us today. Remember, you can always find the latest news at thedrumbeat.com or by downloading the DrumBeat app.
The opinions expressed here are those of the students and do not necessarily reflect the positions of Tyler Junior College.